And of course, an important character and a wonderful actor, we shouldn't forget him or her, the part of the grandmother. An important character, a wonderful actress, and she is very important also for the structure of the film. She's not only representing openness, tolerance, passion, but she also has an important role to play in the structure of the film. So I wanted to ask whether your her fantasy, her vision, her past, it's a romantic portrayal of her past in order to understand then the whole context. Well, I think older people are in many ways much more ahead of us, much more open. Not all of them, of course, but this grandmother is a grandmother, we thought, who should be a grandmother similar to the ones that we know, who are very open people, and she sets the framework for the film. She's the one that closes and brings back full circle the story of the film. And so we're talking about our present day, but the melancholy, profundity, the time that lapses and passes, that is the story that the grandmother has to live through. So that was important. And also with Domenico Procaccio we discussed this, and it was important to understand, and there are many scenes where I put some of the scenes at the end of the film, and but a lot of things are in the film, we've kept in the film, and it's difficult also then to decide, difficult to tell the story of the two brothers, difficult to tell the story of the relationship between the aunt and the others, and the mother and the father, so all different kinds of personalities. And Alba, for example, when we read the screenplay all together, I stayed with her, Nicole, who plays the part of Alba, to go through all the ins and outs of her character in order to develop her character. So it was a lot of work, and it was fascinating work, but also very difficult. And especially with Ilaria, I chose him for the beauty, and I chose her because she's beautiful, simply because of her physical beauty. I saw her in a film, and so that is then how we developed that particular character that she plays. And just very briefly, I'd like to get back to the grandmother. It's probably one of the most aesthetic suicides of film history. And how can we see this suicide? Is it that she is no longer able to continue with her life? She has had a long life. She wants to stop. She doesn't want to live anymore. Why is this suicide?
Abbiamo lavorato con Ferdinand, questo personaggio che appunto per me era un personaggio.
Well, for me, the grandmother is an important character.
Con quello anche che di incompreso e di impossibile c'è stato nel
because she represents those things which were difficult to understand from the family in the past, and the lack of comprehension, the lack of understanding, the impossibilities in that family in the past. And so she is very vivid, she has a lot of vitality.
Durante il film dice
and
sto preparando un attentato.
In the film at some point she says
abbiamo pensato a un suicidio come una sconfitta,
or someone says of her she's preparing an attack, and that basically is a crucial moment where she, if you will, is preparing to leave for that suicide. And so she leaves the scene before she is urged or required to do so, and so she brings everyone else closer together. She brings the family together, and then she leaves the stage, so to speak.
Salve, sono Claudia Cataldi di News. Volevo chiedere a Ferzan di
I have a question for Ferzan. Would you say a few words about the ending of the film? We see all of them together again in festivities, and they talk about the past and the present. Well, it's not the ending of the film, but in other words, yes, unfortunately, then it comes to an end. But
quella è un'idea che ci è venuto quando stavamo facendo la lettura
an idea that we developed when we were reading the screenplay with everyone, and everybody had their say, and we said we thought we would bring all of them together. Okay, what happens is this. Let me just go back a couple of steps. I have to see the people that I've lost in my life in these past years, and the older you get, the more people you lose in your life. And I would love one day, there are two good friends I lost just 2 years ago, and I would love to be able to dance with them again. And I'd love to have this mixture of people that I've lost and people who are still with me. And while we were shooting, people were talking about this bringing together of the dead and the living.
No, non l'ho presa, no. Tu che, vabbè. Purtroppo abbiamo...
Well, we seem to have some different views here.
No, è nato dal bisogno di...
So it was born out of this need to see these people again who I lost. Also, seeing the film, it gave me great pleasure, great joy. It's a feeling of liberation that I get from this. And Laura Paolucci from Fandango and Domenico Procacci, who's here from Fandango, they immediately said that it would be not only difficult but also somewhat risky to do that. And then we did it.